Alright, guys, welcome to another channel update video. The second channel update video of 2025 spring season. That's right. On Eric Super Magnificent, not Keith Sports News. Yes, the last video was probably the weirdest video I've ever made. And if y'all like that video, then thank you for being entertained. If you didn't like it, if you find it weird, that's fine. Because that's the whole point. It's supposed to be weird. So, yeah. But anyways, but in reality, I do have a second channel called Keith Sports News. It's where I talk about sports that I like to follow. I do 2 episodes a week, mainly on Mondays and Fridays. Alright? So if you are interested in that, you can go ahead and check that out. So, yes, if somehow y'all don't know, I am the same person. I think pretty much all of you know that by now. So, yeah. If you want, I have done some takes on those 2 skits I made. The first one was for the Super Bowl, and the second one was the one that you just saw, the one that I just released. Okay? Would you like to see a behind the scenes on how I made that video? If you do, let me know. And if most people want to see it, then I guess I'll release it perhaps sometime later in the spring season. So anyways, so before I talk about my plans for the spring season, I want to say thank y'all so much to those that watched the 2000 video extravaganza, the 10-hour marathon. Seriously, that video as I speak has 225 views. Thank y'all very much for tuning into that. And I know that was a month ago already. I premiered that on March 1st. Here I am on April 3rd. You know, it's crazy. Time flies. So, if you watched any of it, then I'm glad you find that entertaining. And for those that watched the whole video, the entire 10 hours, that means you are a big fan of my channel. So I thank you for that. And if you watched all that, whether if it's in like a week, a couple of days, or if you somehow watched all of that or most of it in one day or one night, wow, that means a lot. That means a lot that you enjoyed that. And you know, I put a whole bunch of chapters in the description so that y'all know what part of the video is playing. It's kind of like a movie, you know, you got different scenes and in the movie and stuff. So, yeah. And then at the end of that 2000 video extravaganza, you saw a slideshow image slideshow, which I also uploaded the video of that separately, and then I did the best moments from the 2000th video. Man, it's crazy. And now, as I speak, I am currently at 2042 videos, which means this will be 2043rd video. That's crazy. Yeah, pretty much every day I release a video, sometimes 2, you know. Who knows if I'll ever get to 3,000. I know, it's crazy. And I'm gaining some more subscribers, currently at 3.59. That's great. I wonder if we can somehow reach 4,000 before the end of the year. That would be amazing. And do y'all remember? Because if you use YouTube a lot for many years, like me, then you probably remember what YouTube looked like a couple years ago. It mainly looked the same, but they did a few changes. One of the changes that they made, I forgot when they changed this, but it was probably, I don't know, a few years ago, not too long ago. But you know how when you go to someone's channel, you have home section, videos, shorts, live, playlists, and posts? Well, there used to be one called About. But for some reason, YouTube decided to remove the About section. Basically, the About section is your channel description. So if you want to know the channel description, you have to click on More. So, which is next to the profile picture, you have the name of the channel, the @username, the number of subscribers and videos, and then underneath that you have the channel description. And then it says More. When you click on More, that's where you find the description of the channel. And my description isn't really much of a description. It mainly has the subscriber count history and the video count history. So if you want to know how many subs I had at the time, then you can go ahead and look at the About, or the channel description. And then I linked my sports talk channel, Keith Sports News, and I also have Twitter, which I know it's called X now, but most people still call it Twitter, including me, because it still looks like Twitter. They just did a few changes, but it's not a completely different design. But basically, Twitter is where I get my sports news from. Sometimes I don't really post on Twitter. Now this year, I've been posting a lot more on the posts section. It used to be called community or community posts. Now it's just called posts. I pretty much post my stuff on that section because I want to be more active on there. And thank y'all for keeping an eye on my posts. And I've done some polls for the past month, so I want to thank y'all for voting and commenting. I didn't thought I would get that many votes, so that's great. So yeah, I'll try to be more active on that throughout this year. Okay, now I can talk about my plans for the spring season. So, spring season. First of all, yes, if y'all don't remember, I live in South Louisiana. The weather, the spring season, it felt like spring pretty much a month ago. And it's been getting really warm already. I think it'll feel like summer by the time Easter comes. Yeah. So, but what I want to do is, so first I mentioned this before, but I made a Google Doc of my YouTube schedule on what videos to release and what live streams to do on certain days or nights, okay? So, I feel like after I released the weirdest video ever, I had to do this channel update. It was time to do another channel update anyways. So, okay, so I found it. Alright. So I already wrote down for the next couple of weeks on what videos and streams to do on certain days. Okay. So you guys know that my main channel, this channel, is mainly vlogging and gaming. Pretty much, if you saw the 2000 video extravaganza, it was a lot of vlogging and gaming with a lot of my friends. So Alright? So let's talk about the vlogging part first. So for the vlogging part, I'm doing some vlogs before the summer heat comes back, because when the summer heat comes back, when you step outside, you can't really do anything because it's just so hot, you know. So one of the and so what I'm talking about is the walking videos. Trying to go to different parks in my town and do walk-in videos there before the summer heat comes back. So this is the digital camera, which is the main vlogging camera. And also, I think you guys know that I have a second camera, which is this GoPro. See this? That's right. I would use this sometimes. Alright? Mainly for the walking videos, because I can... You see how the GoPro is like... It's attached to this thing? This is for your chest body cam. So I would wear this, and while I'm at the park, and it'll record where I'm walking at, you know, or, you know, first person view, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm gonna go to different parks and try as many as I can before the summer heat comes back, alright, and do my commentary, alright? Because I think some of you guys might like that. I already released, I think, 1 or 2 as I speak. I already released 1 or 2, so I think y'all enjoyed that. So that's one of the main parts for the vlogging, and there's going to be other vlogging as well. The main thing I want to do is release some unreleased vlogs, okay? You guys probably know that I record a lot, but I don't release a whole bunch of videos every day. I like to spread them out. And that means I have a bunch of unreleased videos over time, you know? So there are some unreleased videos that I would like to release, or unreleased vlogs for the spring season. Because a lot of my vlogs are outdoors, outside, right? So I'm gonna try and release some. And yeah, most of the unreleased vlogs were from the spring season and summer as well. So I'll have to go through them. I made a playlist of certain videos that I want to release, and I'll figure out which video to release on what date. I'll type that in on my Google Docs. And yeah, alright. Now to the gaming part, okay? So you guys know American Truck Simulator is my favorite PC game and the most played game on my YouTube channel, okay? As I speak, the last episode was episode 100, and that was almost 2 months ago already, on February 8th. That was the last episode I did, which was episode 100 of American Truck Simulator. And I said, if y'all remember, I said that I'm going to take a break from that game, okay? Sometimes I do take a break from that game, but then I'll come back, okay? And yes, for those of you that play that game, or if you follow the news of that game, they just released a DLC part of the map, and that was the state of Missouri. The state of Missouri just came out. I am aware of that. So that's great, which means whenever a DLC state comes out, that means they're going to have a World of Trucks event. And I have done, for those of you that follow the episodes of me playing that game, whenever a DLC state comes out, they would have a World of Trucks event for that DLC state. Okay, so the last state that came out was, I believe it was Arkansas. And when that came out, I did the Arkansas cruising event where you have to do deliveries to or from all the cities in that state, and I believe they have to be at least 100 miles. So I'm pretty sure it's the same exact thing for the Missouri cruising event. And I checked to see when that event ends. You basically have 2 months to do that. Yeah, it ends in over 2 months in June. So I don't have to do that right away. But I will do that. I will do it. I might come back probably in a month for that game. I'm still on a break from that game. So I might take like a 3-month hiatus. Okay? Because as I speak, almost 2 months since the last episode. So probably in one more month I'll come back to that game. And then I can do the Missouri cruising event. And I believe after Missouri, the state of Iowa will be next. And then after Iowa will be my state of Louisiana. I cannot wait for that to come out. Yes, I will explore as much as I can of that state. And, yeah, so that is the American Truck Simulator part. Speaking of Truck Simulator, what I want to do during my time off for American Truck Simulator is to go back in time and play the old versions of Truck Simulator. Okay? They have them on Steam. And I bought all of the old versions of Truck Simulator. So I'm getting on it right now. Let me see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 versions, okay? They are called 18 Wheels of Steel, okay? There are 8 18 Wheels of Steel games on Steam. And I'm thinking about doing a live stream of me playing some of them in order, okay? I grew up playing 2 of them. One called Haulin' and the other one called American Long Haul. Alright. I also played a little bit of Extreme Trucker in Extreme Trucker 2. But the other ones, called Across America, Convoy, Hard Truck, and Pedal to the Metal, never played those versions. I've seen little clips of it, but I would like to see what they were like back then. This is all from the 2000s, okay? And then Euro Truck Simulator 1 came out. I grew up playing some of that game as well. And I never played Euro Truck Simulator 2, but I bought the game. Eventually, I'll do some episodes or streams of that game. It's basically like American Truck Simulator, but you are in Europe. Alright? So, yeah, those are the games that I kind of grew up playing. I also grew up a game called Bus Driver. It's an old bus simulator game. I would like to get into that as well. And I also grew up playing Hunting Simulator. The old versions of Hunting Simulator. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Hunting Unlimited games. Those were from the 2000s as well and early 2010s. I grew up playing 2 of them, mainly Hunting Unlimited 2010. Alright? I would like to go back in time and go through the evolution of the old Hunting Unlimited simulator games as well. So I don't know if I'm going to go through all those games during the spring season, but I will get started on that pretty soon. Okay? See, when I grew up playing these games, I didn't play them on Steam. I played them on, I guess it was a website or an app called Wild Tangent Games. Wild Tangent Games is still a thing, but that is what I grew up with. Games on Wild Tangent Games, okay? And one of the games, which I'm currently focusing on right now, is Diner Dash. Actually, no, never mind. Diner Dash used to be on Wild Tangent Games. Unfortunately, it's no longer there. But back when I used to play it while growing up, it used to be on Wild Tangent Games. Yeah. Same with a game called Fate, Fate. That game is approaching its 20th anniversary, and I'm planning to do a live stream of that game on the 20th anniversary, which is a few days before my birthday. I believe the game came out May 15th, 2005. My birthday's on May 19th, a few days after the 15th. Alright. So, I bought a whole bunch of games on Steam. I have a total of 49 games on Steam, believe it or not. And most of them I've never played before. Most of them... Some of them I have played before, but not on Steam. Some of them were from Wild Tangent Games. Some of them may not be on Wild Tangent Games anymore. Okay? I'll tell you some games that I grew up playing on Wild Tangent Games that are still on there. And those are the Polar games. Remember a couple months ago, during the holiday season, I did some streams of Polar Bowler? Because at the time, it was its 20th anniversary. I grew up playing that game. I also grew up playing Polar Pool. I did a live stream of that as well. And there's also more Polar games. Polar Golfer and Polar Tubing. I will do some streams of those games as well. As a matter of fact, I will do Polar Golfer very soon. Alright? So this is why it's important to turn on the notification bell. Alright? So yeah, all the games that I mentioned, I don't know if I'll get to all of them during the spring season, but I'll get to some of them. At least half of the games that I mentioned. And then eventually I'll come back to American Truck Simulator for episode 101 or 101 by doing, I guess, the Missouri cruising event. Alright. As well as I would like to get into Euro Truck Simulator 2 as well, because I've never played that before. Alright, but obviously those games that I mentioned, I won't be playing them as much as American Truck Simulator. Okay, because that game is still my #1 favorite. Alright. So, yeah. So that is the Steam gaming part of the spring season. You guys also know that I'm also a big fan of Super Mario. I grew up also playing Super Mario games. This year is the 40th anniversary of Super Mario, which is crazy. And about a month ago, almost a month ago, as I speak, which was March 10th. March 10th is Mario Day, okay? I think a lot of y'all know that. So I did a stream on that date. Me playing some of the games while listening to classic Super Mario soundtracks, okay? I would like to, I believe I have some unreleased videos of Super Mario gaming videos. I know I do have some, and I'll probably release some of those, okay? One of them is New Super Mario Bros. On the Wii with my friend, Brad, okay? Those were recorded a couple years ago, believe it or not. Yeah, and I somehow never released them. Yeah, there are certain videos where I'm like, what took me so long to release them? That's one of them. So, I'll probably release those during the spring season. There are some Super Mario games I would like to get into as well. But it's mostly going to be the Steam games of me going back in time for the old versions of Truck Simulator and the Hunting Unlimited simulator games. I would like to get into those first, okay? yeah, because some of those games I grew up playing. It's nice to go back in time, once in a while. So, yeah. For live streams, I will do some live streams from time to time as well. I mentioned that I will do Polar Golfer. Okay, I'm gonna do that really soon. Can't guarantee what date yet. Okay, but it will be very soon. That's why make sure you click on the notification bell. And also, you know how I scheduled my premieres, the videos premiering at a date and time? Well, I know I can do the same thing for live streams. However, I don't schedule a time to go live. The reason why I don't do that, I tried before, but let's say, for example, I'm going to go live at 7 p.m. Well, by the time 7 p.m. comes, I'm eating my dinner. I don't want to go live while I'm eating, Because, a lot of my gaming videos, or pretty much all of them, involves me talking, commentary. I don't want to talk while I'm eating, So therefore, well, I know I scheduled it for 7 p.m., but I'm not ready. So after that, basically, I don't schedule my streams at a certain time. I would go live whenever I'm ready. So I'm in Central Time. However, most of my streams are during the evening. I think y'all know that. Most of the streams are during the evening. And I try to make sure I don't go live super late. I kind of used to do that, like after 10 o'clock, but not anymore. So sometimes I might go live at 6 p.m., 6:30, 7, 7:30, or even 8:30. It just depends, if I'm ready. Alright? So yeah. Let me see if there's anything else I want to say before I end this. I think I pretty much said everything. I guess I'll save this for... Well, there's 2 more things, actually. Okay. So yeah, I mentioned my birthday is on May 19th. Every year I do some special streams on my birthday. And when that's coming up, usually I would do an announcement on my posts of the upcoming birthday special streams. But I'll say this: one of the streams that I will do around my birthday will be Mario Party 8, the last 50-turn game. For those of you that play that game, there are 6 boards, and I've done 5 50-turn games. So there's 1 board that I have not done a 50-turn game on yet. So I will do that. And also, that game is approaching its 18th anniversary, which is like a week after my birthday. I'm planning to do a live stream of me doing the entire Star Battle Arena, which is basically the story mode of that game. I want to do it mainly because there's 1 character that I need to unlock, and after that, I pretty much beat the game, or have everything that I want. So, yeah, Mario Party 8 is my favorite Mario Party game of all time, because that is the game that I grew up playing. Yeah, I grew up playing the Nintendo Wii and the Wii U. So, yeah. And spring. Easter is coming up, and usually, every year on Easter Sunday, I would do a live stream of me playing Roblox. Roblox Easter games related. I've been doing that for many, many years, and I guess I'll do it again. It's become like a yearly tradition. Easter this year is a little later. It's on April 20th. 420. Easter on 420. So, yeah. Alright, guys. Well, we're approaching 30 minutes, so I guess I'll purposely stop this update video at the 30-minute mark. So, yeah, guys. A lot of unreleased vlogs, some newer vlogs, and going back in time for old simulation games that I grew up playing, as well as some live streams and YouTube shorts. Alright? Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. See you next time.